Alright, I'm back, and I found some of my rocks, and as you can tell, some of them have different banding, a little bit of color you can see in them, but they don't look all that great, right? So why would I pick them up? So I am going to show you what they look like when I get them wet. So this one, white rock, you turn it over and you can see there's some pyrite in it, which is pretty cool. For me, it's like, okay, if I cut this open, what am I going to find on the inside? So that's pretty cool. So let's get it wet and see what it looks like. All right. Totally different when it's wet. Look at the nodules in it. This clear stuff here. All that will look so different when it's tumbled. And I will show you some rocks that are tumbled when I'm done showing you these, so you can get an idea. So I just brought out some scrapbook paper and put on my table. This one doesn't look like much. I picked it up because of all the fun little nodules and inlets and stuff in it. Let's see what that one looks like. There's different colors in that. I always ask myself, how does a rock become a rock? It's just got to be dirt compacted together, right? And minerals and... So yeah, that one's pretty cool. Let's see. This one doesn't look like much. Looks like it has some fossil type things on it. And yes, I have a bowl of water right here next to me, so isn't that cool? Look at the fossils in it. And again, what would it look like cut open? Or would you even want to cut it open? Which one do I want to do? This one's pretty cool. You can see the reds and greens. But it doesn't really look like much until you get it wet. And can actually see the greens in it. This rock is a unakite. Some quartz in it, it looks like. But yes, that green goes all the way through it. It's not just on the top of it. It's not something you can wipe off. These are quite common along Lake Superior. I do have another one here. And I do have a lot of unakite, different sizes and colors, and isn't that super cool? So why is it just green and webby like that, you know? How did it become this? I think it's pretty interesting to think about how many millions of years it makes to make that little rock. This one here. Not sure what it is. There are so many different rocks in Michigan, but I do believe it's banded chert. Isn't that cool? Another one with some fossils in it. super cool. This one I picked up thinking, oh, an agate, because the banding on it, and which it is. An agate also has a waxy, I don't know if you can see it in the video, a waxy feel to them. You get it wet and you can really see that banding there. Isn't that cool? Alright, which other one? This one. Doesn't look like much. Quartz rock. What about this one? What colors? Oranges in it and the yellows. This one's interesting. What do I look for when I look for rocks? I look for a color. Different, something different than I've ever seen before. Isn't that super cool? Lines in it. I mean, just whatever hits my eye that looks different and cool. This one's interesting. It looks pretty plain, just, you know, yeah, pretty plain. And then you get it wet. Looks like a whole new rock. Might have some pyrite in that there. Let's see. Wow, that one's cool, and I haven't even got it wet yet. Look at that. A lot going on in this one. So why wouldn't you pick it up and look at it and think, what was it going to look like if I cut it open? Can I make a piece of jewelry out of it? Yes, I do have a rock cutting saw that my honey got for me. So I can cut rocks if anybody has any. That one's pretty cool. It almost looks like a piece of gum that somebody chewed and threw out. This one kind of has like a pinkish color to it, which could be a pink quartz. Yep. The lighting's not all that great either, but okay. This one I picked out because of that line through it. Let's see. Isn't that cool? Another rock that just looks plain, right? Until you get it wet. Look at all the different colors in it. Looks like waves caught in a rock. It's pretty neat. Another plain looking one, but let's see what it looks like wet. Not all that plain. Okay. Again, is that pyrite through it? Could be gold. You do find gold in Michigan. Piece of hair on it. And those of you that don't know what this is a natural Petoskey stone that I found. That is not polished. Really pretty. That way it looks like a foot. But you can feel all the ridges, the white ridges in it, especially on this side. It's not smooth at all. And this is our state stone. And I do have another really pretty one here. You can really see the detail in it. This is, like I said, this is not polished. Even though it looks smooth, it's just the way it came out of the water. But when you get it wet, it looks like a whole new rock. Isn't that beautiful? Petoskey stones you usually do not tumble in a tumbler because they don't feel like it, they don't look like it, but they are very, what do you call it, tender. They will disintegrate in a tumbler. So how do you do a Petoskey stone? You sandpaper it until it's very, very smooth. You do many different grits on it, and then you just cover it with like oil of some type or a polishing agent, you know, like a wax or whatever, and it'll keep the color. So yeah, that was pretty. You can see where my hand is, so you can kind of see there's a lot going on in this rock, but you wouldn't think that when you just look at it dry. Look at that. And then I'll show this one last one here. One big one. Doesn't look like much. I'm not sure what it is, but I picked it up for a reason, so. A little bit there. I don't know if this is a agate on the inside. Or what's going on. So yes, I am going to cut this one in half. Not today, but I will be. Let's see what the center looks like. What's going on the inside. So those are unpolished. Let's check out some of the ones I have polished. Isn't that cool? You would never know that unless you picked it up, brought it home, and polished it. Let's see. This one is a quartz, but it looks like there's stuff on the inside, like a moss, almost like a moss agate in there. Let's see. Colors are amazing. This is one of my favorites. It looks like a bird had been walking on it. Like bird tracks on it. But look at the colors in it and the design. Isn't that pretty? Let's see. This one needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but this one I found interesting. You know, what would that look like cut open? Again, this looks like it would be a moss agate too, with moss in it. I'm saving that one for last. This one, I don't know if you can get close enough to it, but it's got little it looks like white nodules that are filled with water or clear. More pyrite. Alright, the last two are pretty cool. Isn't that neat, the colors? And this last one of my favorites. So I'll be posting videos as I go of rocks and all that type stuff that we find. We go to Lake Superior quite a bit and walk the shores and enjoy looking for different rocks. Some of them I bring home and I cut open and I make jewelry. My website on Facebook is Craf-T Creations. You're more than welcome to check me out. The link will be in the box below. And I post all my jewelry on there that I make and all different sorts of things that I make on there. I will show you a piece of jewelry that I made from a rock that I found at Lake Superior. It's a pseudomorph agate. That was really, really neat, a rock to find. And I'll just be sharing different things with you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm just getting started, so please bear with me. And if you want to see anything more, please let me know. A lot of the things you see I will sell, if you're interested. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great day. Bye.